This is KCTV English News. I'm Nick Brontes. Local officials are restoring a disaster impact assessment system for large development projects. A system like this had been in place until 2008, when it was abolished. The provincial government says an amendment has been implemented to the Countermeasures Against Natural Disasters Act that reinstates the assessments. They are mandatory for all projects of at least 5,000 square meters, but the exact assessment requirements vary depending on the development size. Officials are warning local medical workers to take special care when they treat patients with severe fever with thrombocytopenia syndrome, saying that one of their colleagues has likely become infected with the illness through a patient. The provincial government says the medical worker at a local hospital came down with the fever and the chills and eventually tested positive for the SFTS virus. Upon further investigation, researchers determined that the viruses in both the caregiver and his or her patient were identical. They strongly suspect the caregiver contracted the illness from the patient. The province says that if damaged skin comes into any contact with body fluids from a confirmed or suspected SFTS patient, it must be immediately and thoroughly washed with soap and water. They are also encouraging anyone who comes down with a fever to seek treatment at a hospital. There have been a growing number of reports nationwide about crimes involving hidden cameras. So Jeju City has outlined a plan to prevent them in area public restrooms. Local officials have purchased 70 devices that use radar or lens detection technology to expose hidden recording equipment. The devices have been distributed to each administrative district in the city. They will be used to scan the restrooms in government offices, libraries, cultural centers, and all other public facilities. Jeju City will lend out the detectors to the operators of restaurants, accommodations, and other businesses to allow them to look for hidden cameras in privately owned buildings as well. Jeju District Court has sentenced 3 Chinese nationals to 2 years in prison on theft charges. Judge Hwang Mi-jung found the 3, including a 36-year-old surnamed Lee, guilty of stealing a briefcase from a parked car in Nohyeong-dong and breaking into a house and stealing 65 million won in valuables. In explaining her decision, the judge said the 3 abused Jeju's visa waiver program during their short stays here and that their crimes were carefully planned. The I-Tamna Festival was held on Friday and Saturday at the Tamna Welfare Center for the Disabled as part of efforts to boost awareness of the disabled and the issues they face. The Welfare Center organized the event. About 1,000 people, including the disabled, their families, and other area residents, attended. The disabled and the non-disabled were given chances to communicate and learn about each other through a variety of artistic and other cultural activities. There was a quiz Friday about disabilities and the people who have them, and visitors could also visit booths that offered them the chance to experience different types of disabilities. On Saturday, the second and final day of the festival, disabled baristas poured coffee for festival goers. About a month ago, as he was helping an elderly woman late at night, a young man was struck and killed by a car. Kim Sun-ung's organs were donated, though, and they have saved the lives of 7 people. And now he is being honored in Seogwipo. Joseph Kim reports.
A tree has been planted at the garden of the Raphael House in Seogwipo. It is a memorial tree to honor the love of the late Mr. Kim Sun-ung. Mr. Kim was declared brain dead when he was brought to the hospital after being hit by a car. The young man was helping an elderly woman push a handcart when the accident happened. His organs were donated and saved 7 lives. The Korean Organ Donor Program, to which Mr. Kim donated his organs, organized a memorial tree planting ceremony in honor of him. Mr. Kim's father, Mr. Kim Hyung-bo, attended the ceremony and hung the green ribbon on the tree to honor his son's death.
여기 자주 와야 될 것 같고요. 소룡이한테 뭐 정말 좋은 일 하고 하늘에 갔으니까 아마 지도 마음 폭록 거기서 편안하게 지낼 것 같습니다. 또 다른 사람들에게 많은 생명과 희망을 줄 수 있다면은 또 이게 또 한 좋은 방법이 아닌가 싶어서 우리 소룡이를 통해서 많이 알려졌으면 좋겠습니다.
A memorial stone honoring the young man's love is also erected next to the tree.
우리 김선웅 군이 이렇게 세상을 떠나면서 천사의 노력을 했는데 아버님이 굉장히 어려운 결정을 해주셨습니다.
The 20-year-old young man did good deeds, even up until his death. Citizens will remember his love for his neighbors for a long time.
김선웅의 사랑을 영원히 기억하겠습니다.
Joseph Kim, KCTV.
Fruit lovers won't want to miss the Jeju International Citrus Expo in Seogwipo. Visitors to Marado can enjoy some unique activities on the small island, like musical performances and special photo opportunities. Clouds will be rolling in later on Tuesday. For a closer look, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 13 and the afternoon high 20 degrees. It will be slightly warmer down south, where temperatures will fall between 14 and 21. In Seongsan, the low before lunch will be 12 and the high later on 20 degrees. Similar temperatures are expected in western regions around Gosan. And the morning low up on the mountain at Songpanak will be 8. The afternoon high 15 degrees. Out on the water, winds will be out of the northeast and north at 5 to 11 meters per second, and seas will be between 0.5 and 1.5 meters. And here's a look at the extended forecast. And that brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow at the same time. Don't forget to visit us online at eng.kctvjeju.com. 시청자 여러분, 고맙습니다.